Hey everybody and welcome. I've seen this posted on Reddit and other places quite a few times, people asking about a step-by-step guide on how to create your own skins for Jurassic World Evolution. So I'm going to run through that for you real quick. First thing you need to do, download Python, install it. Then Google Cobra Tools GitHub. There's the open nausea right there. Click that. Download the tool, follow their instructions carefully, get it installed. Then there are also Cobra Blender tools. It's a plugin for Blender that lets you import and export the MDL2 files or the model files for the dinosaur. Again, download it, carefully follow their instructions. In Blender, you'll go to Preferences, Add-ons, Install an add-on, then go to where you downloaded it, and install it. Again, this will all be in the instructions on the website, so just follow those. And if you've successfully installed it, you'll see these appear right here. In my import, I've got Cobra Material, Cobra Model, Cobra Baked Animation. Cobra Model is going to be probably what you'll use the most. Then in export, I have Cobra Model. So there's two ways you could make your own skins. The first way be if you don't have Substance Painter. So let's say you don't have Substance Painter, which is fine. You can still do it. I'm going to open up my Cobra tool. And I'm going to open up one of the OVL files in the game, and you'll find those. Jurassic World Evolution, Win64, OVL data, then one of these content packs, whichever one I'm looking for. Let's just look for something from the base game. Let's do the Dracorex. The OVL files, whatever. So I'm going to open that. And it'll say done. Then I want to unpack that. Preferably to somewhere else. So I'm going to unpack it right here. You can see it's decompressing all the files. Okay. And then here's what's going to be in that folder. All these files. Let's change the view. There we go. So your .p-based diffuse texture. This is the one you want to change if you just want the basic skin to change and not the variants. Looks like this dinosaur only has the P base diffuse texture. Let's look at it one different one real quick. We'll look at the raptor because I know it has both. Okay. So there's my diffuse texture. So I change that if I want just the basic skin to change. If I want the variant skins to change, I'm also going to want to change the .p base color texture. And this affects all of the variants like steppe, alpine, vivid, all those. So we'll go back to our Rex. Alright. So you can do this right click, open with. I use GIMP. It's just a free alternative to Photoshop. It works just fine. You could use Photoshop if you wanted to. So I'm going to open it with that. It's just a PNG file, so anything should open it. Alright, there it is. So, if we look at it, some parts of it are pretty obvious. That's the ridge line down the back. Left leg, right leg. There's the holes, or kind of holes for the arms. On this model, on this one I think these are the arms there. There's the eye. That is the throat, I believe. These here, like that. Zoom in here. These are gonna be claws. Sometimes they'll be teeth. Here's the head. You got where your eyes are gonna be. More claws and stuff. So arms. This is the bottom of the feet. The bottom of the feet, maybe palm of the hand. Toes or fingers. I guess probably fingers because there's the toes there. So, what we can do is just, I don't know, we can just change something. Put some stars on it, some brown stars. Okay. So let's just say we've changed the skin to what we want it to be. So now, if you're using, yeah, probably Photoshop's the same. You just want to export it as. Now I'm going to keep the name that it is. I generally create a folder for every skin I make, so star, and I'm going to save that P-base diffuse texture in there, or export it to there. So then, I still got the Dracorex OVL opened. If I didn't, I would just go through the steps to open it again. I'm going to go to Edit, Inject, and I'll go to where I exported that file. I'm going to select it. I'm going to click Open. Alright, and it says done. Then I just need to save. Now I've got to save it in the game directory where I found it in the first place. So, click Save. It's going to ask me if I want to replace it. You should probably back these files up before you do this. I already have backups of them, so yes. But that's it. Now that skin is in the game. The base Dracorex is going to have stars on its legs. So now let's look at the other way to do it. Let's say you have Substance Painter. What you need is an object file for Substance Painter to open. So open up Blender, delete the cube, come to import Cobra model.mdl2. We'll do the same one since I don't think I've ever made the Dracorex object file before, so that'll be good. So I'm going to select Dracorex.mdl2. I'm going to import it. This will take a minute. All right, there we go. It's pretty. Some dinosaurs take longer than others, but I'm going to click off. Test is the armature. I'm going to turn that off. And there's the dino. Now you'll notice there's LOD models. So I'll turn that one off. That's our highest detailed, it's our highest quality model. And we'll look at this one. And it looks about the same. And this one. And now you can kind of tell it's getting more deformed. Look at that one. And by the time we get to the last one, you can see much fewer details. This is for game performance, so when you're way out here, the game uses LOD5 because it doesn't matter, you can't see it anyway. When you get closer, say it uses 3, still can't tell any difference. Enough. And to zoom in, use LODs. This is what the game does, so that's why those exist. The problem is, if you leave all those in there and you export this as an object file, it'll come out looking like this. This is how it'll look in Substance Painter. And that's no good. So what we want to do is select Model 5, right-click, delete, select Model 3, right-click, delete, and so on until all I have left is Dracorex _ model 0. Alright, so then I'm just going to File, Export as Wavefront Object. So it's Dracorex. Okay. We'll open up Substance Painter. And we'll click New. Select. We'll go to where we saved our object file. Select the resolution we want to work in. Select something higher, because when you export it, it's going to give you the option to export it as 1024 by 1024 or as 2K if you want to do 2K. Import mesh normal. So you want to do that. So click Add. Go to where you unpack the OBL earlier, look for this one, Dracorex.bNormal texture. Double click it, it'll show up there. Okay, alright, so there we go. So there's our model, but it's missing some details, missing a normal texture. It's a normal map. So right over here, it says select normal map, and select normal map. Boom. That's much better. Also, if I want to preserve some of the details of the original model, like the claws, mouth, the eyes, stuff that you generally aren't going to change. Come up here to File, Import Resources, click Add Resources, and then click the P-Base Diffuse Texture, double click it, and it's going to show up right here. I'm going to click where it says Undefined. I'm going to click Texture, and I'm going to import it to... You can choose any of these. I import it to Shelf because I'm probably going to use it more than once. Import it. And then over here on Layer, I'm going to change that. I'm going to right click it and click Add Fill. And then over here, my base color, now it's a fill, so I can change it. But what we want to do is find that, there it is right there. There's our new, that's the one we just imported. Pick it up, drag it over here where it says base color, uniform color. Drop it on there. And now our first layer is the default base skin for Dracorex. So then you create another layer. Now you can do whatever your skin idea is. Let's say I want to add like some of this stuff to it, like a leather, like cracked skin kind of look. Oh, I'm gonna do that. So what you want to do also is this symbol right here. You hold the mouse over it, it'll say Symmetry, and it puts a red plane right down the middle of the model. So now, whatever I do on this side, also on this side, and vice versa. Makes it much quicker, easier to get symmetry. Let's say, I don't know. And let's say like you wanted the head to be a different color, so I'll paint it, and then I'll click my eraser, and then I'll just come in here. I'm just doing this very quickly for the sake of the video. Say I wanted to keep this stuff, so I can just erase the red. And there we go. So now let's say we're done with that. We'll go to File, Export Textures. On mine, I have it set to, on config, it says document channels plus normal plus AO with no alpha. The game doesn't support alphas anyway, so those settings would work just fine. And then over here, you can select the size of the textures it's going to export. So the mod tool will support 2K. We'll do it in 2K, just to show you how it works. I'll click Export. Alright, then it'll say export successfully finished. We'll open the folder. There's a bunch in here. We'll go to posted. Alright, so Draco Rex. So we made the base color, the height, the metallic, the mixed AO, and the normal. And the normal DirectX. So if you wanted to upgrade it to 2K normals, you could do that. I don't think you really see too much difference there. So we'll right click it, open it with GIMP. So there you go, you can see what we changed, is all the little details and things like that. Alright, then I'm going to export it as, and then I'm going to go back to the folder where I export, where I unpack everything. I'll click on P-base diffuse texture. We'll make a new folder for this. So once I clicked on that, it picked up the file name the game uses, which is important. It has to match. Export. Exports it as dracorex.pbase diffuse texture. I would do that again if this was a model that used the p-base color textures for the variants. I would just do that process again, and I would have two files. Oh yeah, in Blender, once you import it, if you click viewport shading, either one of these, this one will have like lighting and stuff. You can see the skin that, the frontier skin. And if you want to see how your new skin you just made looks, you can click on shading. Come over here. There we go. So there's what it's going to look like. I mean, the game shaders are different, and I mean, it might, in some cases, may look quite different in the game, but it's basically how it's going to look. But okay, so back here, I'm going to do 2K. Sorry about that. I'll do 2K. So before I inject the texture, I want to click Inject 2K. And then I'm going to inject my 2K texture. And I'm going to go save it in the Games directory. Save it over the trigger. Yes. Yes, I want to replace. And that's it. The skin is in the game now. So that's how you make your own skins for Jurassic World Evolution. If you have any questions, please post them in the comment section down below. I'll try to answer all the questions that I can. And thank you for watching.